right now the...
Hi there guys, I'm Chris Boden. Welcome to today's Captain's Blog. It's Sunday, May 31st at 15:03 hours, and I'm here with some pretty awesome people. Matt, tell them who you are, what you do, what's going on.
Matt Deming, retired pain in the ass.
Okay. All right.
Board member of the Geek Group.
Board member. I thought that was redundant.
So, who's your friend here? Tell them who she is.
This is my wife, Kathy.
Okay.
And
all right, Kathy.
this is our...
Yes.
I'm going to give you to the great and powerful editor, who is a master of the blog camera. Take him through everything on this, tell him all the details, everything you know. But what you're going to do is you're going to download your brain to the internet.
Okay.
Okay, and we're going to record all this so that we've got all this data for future project use. One of the main purposes of the Captain's Blog is to be used as a lab notebook.
Okay.
So you're providing also, you cannot go into too much detail. He's going to follow you around, the whole thing, all of it.
Okay.
And then
Outside
Sparky
first?
Project's going to turn it all into a Google Doc.
Yep, basically starting off, it's a 1993 Dodge Ram 350.
Okay. It was made. It's called a Road Trek. It was made by Home and Away in Ontario, Canada. They were originally designed by a Lithuanian engineer in the 30s who couldn't find a camper van for his family.
Okay.
Family still makes them. The manual is written in sparse English.
So what do we have here?
Here we have intake for LP gas and LP gas indicator. And you know, of course, you never completely fill an LP gas tank because it expands. LP gas lasts forever. The LP guy tells me it's just like whiskey. Gets better with age.
Indeed.
I don't think.
What's this down here?
Right here. This is the outlet for all fluids.
All
We
fluids.
will talk about all fluids. There is a sink, goes in the gray water. There's a shower nobody can fit into, that goes into gray water. There is a toilet that goes into the black water tank. Let's see. On the other side, it can hold
I need your insight, sir.
30 gallons of fresh water, but
So that
I'm trying to think, I think
has been called
gray water and
We just got this donated. Okay?
the gray water holding tank is 20 or 30 gallons. The black water, which is sewage, is 20 gallons. You don't really want to carry all that around. As you
No.
Okay. Here we have a power hookup. These are dirty, but you get to.
Yep.
It takes 50 watts, but you can easily step down to a regular, what is it, 120 watt plug-in.
120 volt.
120 volt plug-in because we have a cutesy step-down unit in here. This is the cable TV.
The cable TV is over here.
Where?
Right here.
Oh yeah, that's just the cord. That's just the cord. Now, can you put this back in? I can't.
Oh, hang on to the door.
Poor job of.
Oh, here.
Oh, I was going to hold it too.
There we go.
Well, this has to get tucked in.
There we go.
This is, I think, everything else. This must be.
This looks like to be the back of the refrigerator.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's the back end of the refrigerator. And we're.
And just looking at this,
First-
people are going to pull up all kinds of crap on the
Well,
the make of this fridge.
the refrigerator is not working correctly in any mode, so I think probably the fan is shot.
Well, I just showed the label on the back of that thing, and someone's going to get us a new fan. I'm sure it'll show up in viewer mail.
Yeah, but you got to pull the whole refrigerator.
Oh, we can do that.
The generator's in here. Did you want to take a picture of the generator? See, I can't do these things anymore. This is part of why you're getting this.
Well, that's a whole lot of...
Yeah, he pulled it off.
There we go. Here's the plate on the generator.
Yep. It's in excellent mechanical shape in terms of motor and stuff, but plastic is degrading. And
the foam is degrading.
well, it's made of plastic.
Get that set back in. There we go.
No, I can't touch it.
Yeah, it's a bit rusty, but it's
Now,
alright.
Since there's nothing to hold this door up, there is a way to take a tie and have a tie on here.
Oh, yeah.
And a bungee cord. So I had it rigged so that I had a way to prop it up. But then I started using a cane. And guess what?
Cane works?
Yeah.
Cane props that open just fine.
Huh?
Mammoth now.
Mammoth?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to call it?
Prehistoric at least.
It's 93.
Well, it was Vanna White.
The name is prehistoric.
Vanna White.
It's also
I was thinking Vanda. It's Vanda because it's black and white like a Vanda bear.
There's a band.
okay. Now, this is either bed or dinette, depending on how you do these things. This is stuff you might want to use.
Well, if you look at it from the front, it's got...
This is, and we will get to this. This is the dump hose and the plastic gloves. And when you lift this up, which I can't do,
That's alright.
you find this enormous storage bin, which has water in it. I
Yep.
don't know why it has water in
Yep,
it.
there's water in there.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, that happens.
It's,
Hey, Chris, we got water in here.
Yeah, there's a couple tanks.
I
No,
have no idea.
not in a tank.
No, I don't know.
That might just be mad.
It happened to me once before, but it was when it was towed and they tilted it. I had no idea why there was water. We'll leave this out. Clean water. Probably, yeah, I think it was originally clean. See, I can't do anything in this.
Yeah, that's alright.
Okay, when you lift this up and tear it all apart, you will find the hot water heater tank, which has a hole in it, and another storage bin here.
Okay.
It's empty right now. Going around the exterior, this is the back side of the LP heater. No, this is the back side of the LP heater. This is a vent for something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to try.
Yeah.
Because its original life was
Okay. Under here, we have, in order to dump, this is what you pull to cause gray water to go into the dumping hose. And then after you pull this, dump the gray water, you push it back and close it, and then you pull this, and of course it's the black water, also known as sewage. And you're not a true RVer until you've had a dumping accident that includes washing your shoes. There is also, here's a hose for filling the holding tank with clean water because is unlocked. This is where you put a clean water tank by using one of these two spiffy things.
Hey, shit! Does this have an air compressor? Okay.
Well, anyway,
Tank up there. This has an onboard air compressor. There's a generator right here and there's a dispenser.
you insert this so that it bends. Hook up hose, you know, and then you can control this one. So this is the new one. This is the old one, which probably works better because it's more flexible. But should you wish, and in fact when you're traveling, it will hold 30 gallons. But I frequently put 10 in because the freshwater tank's on this side, the gas tank's on this side. And if you have a little bit of stuff in here, it rides a little more balanced.
Okay.
Do not fill it with 30 gallons of water and go up and down 3 steep ridges of mountains. I've done it once. Okay.
Gonna look inside?
Do you want to look under the hood?
Yeah, let's look in here first.
Okay.
We don't have any of this on camera yet.
It's just passenger seat. However, there is a way that you swivel that passenger seat and then around so it faces the back.
Oh, yeah, it's plastic.
As best you can. Okay. And then,
Yep, the seats in this van do the same thing.
now wait a minute, and then you take this and you take this and it makes a bed
That's
for
cool.
a short, narrow person. And the reason that seat sits is it used to be the driver's seat.
Ah.
And it kind of slumped over. This is all storage under here. It's just, well, you take this off and this lifts out.
Okay. I mean, just general storage cabinets.
Okay, you want to go in now?
We have the
The half
Dentic
refrigerator
RM 2310 gas electric fridge.
and a microwave oven that only works when plugged in.
Okay, so it only runs on shore. That's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
And then there's a fan, and then there's 2 burners which work on LP gas.
okay.
And underneath it is some motors and stuff, I think for the water pump and the...
Okay, and I can see that the most important piece of equipment is in here if Chris is going to use it.
which is...
Fire extinguisher.
Yep. And this is where the... the panel of measuring things in the camper is there.
Okay,
And that's
so
where
fresh holding in gray
Yeah,
and battery level.
And the sensors in black water holding tanks never work because they get covered very quickly
I'm sure.
and never quite recover. There are additives. There are people that put in a bunch of ice cubes and joggle up and down mountains. They never really. Well,
Yeah, well, I'm just wondering, why would you have...
hop on in. No, you have to hop in. Okay.
So here's a place for another chair.
Well, actually, no, that was a table. I have, there's a chair that can go there instead of the closet. You see that base? There was a chair that fit over that base.
This base looks a
instead
lot
of
like
the
this
closet.
base.
But since I was primarily single when I had this and had no grown kids, I wouldn't closet. Okay, move on back.
I can almost stand up all the way.
That's right.
Here's a mirror and that ugly bastard.
That's good stuff if you really need it, but really bad stuff if you don't really need it. Those are...
I broke my leg down 3 years ago, which
Well, that's
also
not a good
set up
thing.
arthritis. So. Yep. And I don't think I can. This is slightly out of alignment. See if you can get it open.
Slightly?
Yeah. Now slide it my way. Lift up. Aha!
8-gauge jumper.
A toilet.
And if you lift inside, there's a hook right there. But anyway, that's the world's smallest shower. And as I said, I tried it once, got stuck in it with my head under the shelf. Wasn't sure how I'd get out. Finally was laughing so hard I fell out. There is indeed a, faucets and a drain. Newer versions of this have a drain in the hole in the middle here and a carpeted plate that you lift out.
Safety or privacy division?
Privacy. The other side is the same too. So.
Hi, Adam.
This is ours on Wednesday. Oh, excellent. We're an old couple living in it over the weekend. They got kicked out of the home, but
As I said, things have fallen apart and misaligned.
It's gonna happen over time.
he has a deep love
Okay,
for
above you.
highly unaerodynamic. Excellent.
Yeah, that's a little out of
Something
alignment.
that is officially, I think, a fantastic fan, but that fan blows air in and or out if you have the lid open.
Well, fresh water.
You have to
Yeah, it's got an in-out switch.
crank the lid up the whole way open. Well, pretty much the way open. And right now, it's for some reason the auxiliary battery isn't working, so it's not going to work. We have no battery power at this point. We have no idea why. Okay, these two places are storage.
Air conditioner.
That electric heater. Last time I tried to use that electric heater, it sparked.
Well, that's never a good thing.
No.
That's the secret. That's
So we had one of those little plugins we used.
It's got there's a full kitchen and bathroom in there. So it's got a shower if you're messing with it.
If you're very small, it has a shower.
I am not alone in the universe. Turns out a hell of a lot of weirdos.
It was a wonderful, wonderful
No, we're trying to apply
thing for one person.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you have two people, you want to take a picture? You got to do this a lot.
Indeed.
Oh, this is just.
Not good if you're claustrophobic.
See, yeah, as I said, there's some electric stuff and storage here. And these drawers are cool. You just have to lift up a little bit to get it open. The garbage. But I think it's cool the way they're made. They can slide open.
Definitely nice.
Yeah, so
Needs some tender love and care.
it needs a lot. But a friend of ours who's a mechanic was thinking about buying it. And he was very, very pleased with the engine. And there are just all these little places to store things.
Hey, it's got a genuine cassette deck.
Huh? Well, what I did, rather than having a checklist, is I put red dots for off, and I just go around and make sure things align. There is one important thing. Do you see the yellow dot over there on the light switch?
No.
Well, far corner on the left, you see a knob with a yellow dot.
See mirrors.
Upper left on the
Oh,
dashboard.
there.
Okay, now that's very important that that be furthest to the right.
Yeah, just turn
Because-
off the lights.
Well, no, because if it's not, you can turn off the lights without it being the whole way to the right, but it drains the van battery.
That's
If
never
we
good.
don't. We do have the whole Dodge Ram spec book.
I'm guessing that's what that is.
Huh? Oh, that's where to camp.
Ah.
That's an old where to camp.
All right, I'm going to step out.
Now I have a big black bag of documentation.
Ah, more storage.
No,
Oh.
actually it helps hold this in place, and I'm not sure. Oh, if you're sitting here,
Oh, got a nice foot platform.
you need a foot plate. But what it really does is hold this in place.
Okay.
It has 1,615 miles on it. It has certainly, it's been to Alaska, it's been to Canada. It hasn't been across into Mexico. It's been to the border, but it hasn't been across into Mexico. And it certainly has been from California to, from the Pacific to the Atlantic. Numerous trips in numerous ways.
It's pretty cool.
And numerous driveways. And Walmart parking lots.
All right.
The key's made like a motorcycle chain, so you can't pick it up.
There you go.
I popped it, but you have to get down under the front and really, really squeeze.
Where's the hood release?
Here's the hood release.
Ah, okay.
It lost its
What do you got? I have no comment.
Trying to open it up.
Trying to open it.
Fuck all of you.
Hood release is on the right side of the steering column.
There's your identifiers.
And, do you see this license plate holder?
Yep.
Pull it down. That's your step stool
Ah,
to get into the motor or whatever.
nice.
But I did leave you a long-handled squeegee.
You got some engine identifiers up under the bonnet.
It's really funny when I travel
Fun.
by myself,
Yeah.
you know, and I get out and I get the long-handled squeegee and I do the windows and
Yep.
dump and I fill and people stare and say, "What's that little old lady doing?" You pull up and the guys kind of snicker,
Yeah.
and then you know what you're doing. It's great. I used to camp with two little kids in before pop-up tents. We used to do the same thing at campsite.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll hold you perfectly fine, but I don't think it'll hold me too
No,
well.
not me.
Well, no, I was much wider at one point and still functioned in it. So.
I'm only 280.
I was much wider and still functioned in it.
I'm okay with that.
See, Harvey loves you.
I'm okay with that. Oh, is that one? Nothing?
Now that's in my head all day.
I'm okay with that too.
The headlights have been upgraded, but they're still not good. When I got it, it had sat for 3 years.
Yep.
I knew nothing about it. I called a singles campground group who said, oh, we're meeting just about 150 miles from you. Just drive it down and we'll teach you.
Yep.
Well, the windshield wipers disintegrated. The tires managed to stay together till I got home. But these two ladies who also had things like this gave me the lesson on how to dump and how to fill and stuff.
We'll be back.
So what you haven't done is... Okay. No, I'm serious. Who's going to learn how to do this? We haven't taught how to attach the sword.
Well, they're based.
Yeah. That's fine. Did you open this, Chris? What?
We're going to have to assign somebody.
Harvey.
No, it's one.
Okay, Harley.
We design and build excimer lasers for fun. We can figure out how to empty the poop tube. I assure you, this is not beneath us. We can do this.
Okay.
You do not have to take 20 minutes to explain it. It's hooking up a hose to dump the shit. This ain't rocket science.
Okay, you see this?
Yep.
Yep.
It has to be absolutely correctly aligned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There'll be two little pins on the side. It's called a bayonet connection. This might have been the actual origin of the British naval connection.
Okay.
That would explain a lot.
Okay.
But it's okay. We got that.
My contention is you haven't really been an RVer until you've had a dumping accident that involves cleaning your shoes.
Rock climbers
I'm not
have a
an RVer.
similar,
I don't think
rock
I'll ever
climbers have a similar opinion about a wonderful device called a thunder tube.
What is a thunder tube, and is it what I think it sounds
You
like?
take a piece of PVC pipe, about 4 inches. Some people go bigger. If you're climbing with Batman, I'd recommend 6 or 8, but ours was 4 inches. And it's about that long.
Okay, I can.
Okay? You got an end cap on the bottom that is very thoroughly glued in place.
Most
Make sure to use
sincerely.
primer, yes. On the other end, you have a piece that's like a flangey piece that has a screw plug. Okay. And that's glued in place, don't glue the screw plug in place, but glue it, and all really nice and secure. You might, some people go to fanatical lengths and like put a rubber plug in the top and put 20 PSI on it just to make sure it does not leak. And then on the top you rig up a piece of paracord, the beaner, and plug. With this, hanging on the side, goes a chalk bag, climber chalk bag.
Yep.
And in the climber chalk bag, you stuff in a bunch of small kitchen garbage bags. Okay. And then hanging separately from it is a old canvas rope bag that's got like 5 pounds of kitty litter in it.
Okay.
Okay.
You did where the controls were dumped, right?
So you're up on the side of the rock.
But I did not.
You're 14 pitches up.
Okay.
Now the accoutrements of the tall kitchen bags and the kitty litter, totally optional. Most people don't do that. Most guys just have the fucking tube. So you're 14 pitches up
Pretend it.
on a sheer granite face of manliness with hard aid climbing. You have 2 options. You can rappel down to go have a poop because you've been living on Cliff Bars for 3 days, and then climb all the way back. You're just going to have to poop again because it took you 3 days to get there. Or you grab your thunder tube, hope for the best. The other alternative is just place 2 feet, hang back in your rope, place 2 feet against the wall and let it fly, but that makes you friends fast.
I think the precursor to that is, am I the lowest one?
Yeah. Also, the next dude to climb because
Yeah.
you're up there for days. The next dude to climb up the wall can shoot you from the ground. And you're like, ah, fuck you. And, yeah. And if I was one of the guys, I'd shoot you in the ass for that. So that's called a thunder jug. Now, if you do it right, the highly refined level, and this is at the level of guys who do things like bring espresso machines up the wall. It happens. Okay. Past the Pittance Pete is legendary for it. But what you do is you take a tall kitchen bag, you put it in your tube. You make sure the tube is new and clean first. You put a tall kitchen bag in there. Then you have your little grinder. You take a scoop of kitty litter and toss it in there. Pull it up, tie it off, and then you hang it from a piece of fucking Spectre or something. You just hang it down below you, like 30 feet below you, on a little thin line. And it's called a wallflower, because what you have is a little ball with a pedal on top and a little piece of rope going up, a little piece of string, like parachute cord, like 550 cord, shit like that. And every day the wallflower sprouts a new petal. Zabrock invented this, and it's called a wallflower. And it's a great, because now you've got a poop tube, but with the classic thunder tube, you open the top of that thing, especially after you've been up there a week.
Yep.
Oh, Christ! Yep. Oh, it'll knock a buzzard off a shit wagon. So with this system, you just open the top, you put your thing in there, you fold it back with a rubber band, and off you go, and then kitty litter and do it up, tie it up, drop it down, and then it's hanging way below you, so there's no funk.
It's an inventive system.
It's fucking brilliance in action. I didn't invent it, but I wish I had. I'd love to be famous for, you know, the shittiest guy in rock climbing, because I'm a pretty shitty climber. But yeah,
In the 80s,
a dark fucking time of Devo, bad hair.
I
A
was
flock of fucking seagulls.
I was hanging out with Johnson's Space Center engineers,
Okay.
and one of
Good
my friend who was in charge of food for Food Lab,
Okay.
Space Lab, had an office with the excreta guys.
The excreta guys.
Yes,
There's a group of dudes that know how to fucking party.
none of them. But they had a cartoon on the wall for every major space shot with astronauts involved about the excreta problem. And there was one that has brown dots everywhere. That was the first.
I've heard tales of that,
Yes.
where I've read the flight transcript where it's like, you know, hey dude, what? Is that poop? Oh fuck, that's poop! And no, this happened!
Yeah, it really
this happened!
happened.
They had a turd floating in zero, this is like
No,
fuctillion years ago, but they had poop floating in zero G.
No, it was not a turd. It was small pieces of a turd.
Rabbit poop.
Even worse.
But it was from a human.
Well,
Yeah.
it was the first time they tried the back into slingshot collector.
Back into slingshot collector.
Yes, you dropped your trousers, planted your ass firmly in
It's a
the
slingshot collector.
into this plastic hole, and you squatted there, and then when you were done, you pushed a button, and theoretically it would swirl it around and put it into a holding tank.
The glory and majesty of space flight.
It went the other way,
Oh fuck!
which is how they got the small pieces
Oh god.
floating in air, and then they have videos of half an hour of collecting.
I want you to remember this when every little kid in America is like, I want to be an astronaut! No, you don't. You really didn't. There's
You
parts
should
of
be a
that.
plumber.
Yeah.
Save yourself the time.
Well, it got to the friend, my friend who was, this was during Food in a Tube,
Okay.
and the first of the space
Yeah, this is
ice
like
cream.
Mercury Apollo era. This is a long time
No,
ago.
this was mid-80s.
Really? That recent?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
But
I
anyway.
thought it was like Apollo era.
It got to the point that if my friend entered the house with a brown bag in his hand, my kids said, "We're not gonna eat it!"
We could do astronaut ice cream here.
Really?
Yeah, it's surprisingly easy to make.
Okay.
You just need to be able to freeze dry shit. I mean, all it is freeze dried ice cream, but it has a very distinctive taste to it. Like it's if you've never had freeze dried ice cream, it's really really weird. You can get it in any
And
museum.
the texture does not suck.
Okay.
That is the best way to describe it.
If it's not.
How does it
horrible.
taste? Well, it does not suck. It doesn't suck.
It's granular almost.
It goes from chalk to a paste. It's really the only way to say, which is not two things you usually hear with regards to ice cream. But it starts out like. You ever?
Dry ice
No,
cream.
no. Have you ever? This takes us back to rock climbing. Have you ever had a chalk ball for rock climbing?
Yeah.
It's not real chalk. It's like this really super airy light chalk,
Yeah.
and it just crumbles in your
Yeah.
fingers. It's like that, except chocolate. Yeah, it just goes poof, and you're.
Okay.
Actually,
and then you.
no, the flavor
that
isn't
doesn't
bad.
suck?
It's the texture.
Yeah, the texture fucks with you.
Okay.
The flavor tastes exactly like ice cream.
Okay.
By the way, Space Center engineers do not party well. They sit and they get drunk, primarily. And the biggest joke, of course, is somebody says, do you know how to do such and such? And somebody says, well, it's not rocket science.
What did you do there? What was your job?
Oh, I was living in Galveston teaching nursing.
Oh, okay.
And the Space Center was only 30 miles north of us.
Okay.
And a couple of my fellow faculty members were married to Space Center guys.
Okay.
And of course, they don't meet women well, so I got invited to parties.
Okay.
But then it was wide open that I had, yeah, I had an X patient. They were, at that time, taking catheters that were into the heart and
Okay.
put in medicine.
Yeah.
Okay, they were just getting started and we were getting people doing it at home.
Okay, there's a fun time.
Not putting it in, but
yeah,
maintaining
just
it.
tending it.
So I had a guy who worked at the Space Center who was, I guess, ex-Navy. That's where he got his osteomyelitis. Anyway, he had a Hickman. The people wanted to do a rough and ready video of how to take care of this at home. I was in charge of the unit. I said, okay. And I used to teach. I said, okay. And I asked this guy, he said, sure, you can use my chest. So we did this quick run through more to train the video people.
Okay.
You know, and it was a rough scripted thing. Anyway, he thought it was cool. And he, of course, did very well. And he had a office, and the window of the office was on one of the main walkways to get into the show and tell part of the Space Center,
Okay.
which is totally different than it is now. They used to let you go in, walk along with glass windows and watch them actually train with those great big fantastic machines and stuff.
And
But
now
anyway,
it's all
For
locked
free.
for free.
Well,
And the movie was free. But anyway, so I would go up, and sometimes I'd be walking past, and here would be my buddy's window, and he would be sitting there, and here would be his bag of antibiotics and a tube into his shirt. So I would knock on his window, and he would say whether or not he had time to visit, and then I'd go around, and the security guard would take me in. And I said, what do you think the visitors think? He says, another crazy space experiment.
so what is osteomyelitis?
Bone infection.
What? How the hell do you get that?
There's some super nasty antibiotic bugs that will staph, MRSA.
Cheap Australian whores.
Will go into the bone.
Navy guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
stay
Every
there.
time.
And where I was working at the time, it had a epidemic. A bad incident of many people in their ICU getting MRSA simultaneously.
Fuck that noise.
Yeah. So,
All right, let's head inside while I still have, skin.
so anyway, we got the ones that hadn't recovered yet.
Oh, okay. How many
Yeah.
recovered? Some of them.
About half of them live.
Oh, well, shit. That's
And
great odds.
about
Harvey, secure that hatch, please.
a good, I'm not sure it's locked up now.
It's the West Side. Who's going to steal anything? That never happens in our neighborhood.
No, and about a third of the people
Okay.
They're coming back. They also played around with, we had a decompression chamber, because Galveston's an island in the Gulf of Mexico. Near many wells.
Follow them, make sure everything's secure, make sure you got everything.
So anyway,
Cool. Nice.
So we'll be living here the next couple of days, and we'll urine, as they say.
Fair enough. Fair enough. How far did you come?